Welcome back to Profit Isn't an Accident, the podcast where we help business owners take control of their numbers, increase profitability, and build businesses that support the lives they actually want to live. I'm your host, Shannon Howard. I'm an accountant, certified coach, and founder of Denali Edge Consultant. Every week, we talk about practical financial strategies that help you keep more of what you earn, because profit isn't something you hope for. It's something you build. Now let's jump in. Most business owners I talk to are busy. They're booked out. They've got a great reputation. They're doing everything right. But when they actually sit down and look at their numbers, something doesn't quite add up. The profit doesn't match the effort, and it's usually not a sales problem. It's a visibility problem. I'm Shannon Howard. I work with HVAC owners, electricians, plumbers, and contractors to uncover hidden profit, fix those leaks, and help you keep more of what you earn. This is Profit Isn't an Accident. Today's episode is one I wish every business owner could hear. We live in a world where revenue gets celebrated. I hit my first million. We doubled our sales. We're on track for 5 mil this year. And don't get me wrong, growing your business is exciting, and those are milestones worth celebrating. But here's the question almost nobody asks. How much did you actually keep? Because I've worked with owners doing several $1 million a year who were stressed every Friday, wondering if their payroll would clear. I've also worked with owners doing a fraction of that revenue who paid themselves consistently, had healthy cash flow, and actually enjoyed running their businesses. Revenue tells me how much money came through your doors, but profit tells me whether or not your business is actually working. So today we're going to talk about why revenue can fool you, the number you should really be paying attention to, and how changing your focus can completely change your business. Now, let's start with a simple distinction. Revenue is every dollar your business brings in. Profit is what's left after you paid for everything that it took to earn that revenue. So we're talking labor, materials, subcontractors, rent, insurance, software, fuel, equipment. Let's just keep pulling these out, right? Taxes, every single expense. Only then do you find out what your business actually earned. Now, imagine two contractors. The first does $3 million a year and the second does $1 million. Now, most people immediately assume the first contractor has the better business. But what if the $3 million company only keeps 2%? That's $60,000. Now let's say the $1 million company keeps 15%. That's $150,000. So who's actually winning here? The owner with the small business, right? Less overhead, fewer headaches, less risk, more money. And that's why chasing revenue without understanding profitability can actually make your life harder. We're talking more trucks, more employees, more payroll, more customer problems, which all create more cash flow problems and more stress, all while taking home less money. And I call this being busy but broke. So you're working harder every year, yet your financial life doesn't actually seem to improve. Sometimes it actually gets worse. Now, one of the very first mindset shifts I make with my clients is helping them stop obsessing over revenue. Instead, we ask better questions. Which jobs produce the higher profit? Which customers are actually worth keeping? And which services actually make us money? Where are our margins disappearing? What expenses have quietly crept into the business? Because growing an unprofitable business, it doesn't solve your problems. It actually multiplies them. And I've seen owners double their revenue while making less money than they did before. It's definitely not because they weren't working hard, because they were selling work that wasn't profitable. Revenue isn't the goal, healthy profit is. So here's something that I want you to do this week. Pull up your financials from last month. Don't start by looking at revenue. Start by looking at profit. Then ask yourselves these 3 questions. First, what percentage of every dollar that came into my business did I actually keep? Second, if I increase sales by 20% tomorrow, would my profit also increase? Or would I simply create more work and more stress? Third, am I making decisions based on revenue or profitability? And if you don't know those answers, you're not alone. Most business owners don't. That's exactly why they feel like they're constantly grinding but never getting ahead. When you understand where your profit comes from, you know what to do more of. When you understand where it's leaking, you know what to change. That's when business becomes simpler. Not because you're working less, but because you're finally focusing on the things that actually move the needle. So here's what I want you to remember. Revenue creates attention, profit creates freedom. Revenue looks great on social media, but profit pays your mortgage. Profit funds your retirement. Profit lets you hire and retain great people. Profit gives you options. So stop asking yourself, how can I sell more? Instead, ask, how can I keep more of what I'm already earning? Because sometimes the fastest way to make another $100,000 isn't finding another customer. It's fixing the profit leaks that are hiding inside the customers you already have. And if you found value in today's episode, I'd love it if you'd subscribe, leave a review, and share this episode with another business owner who needs to hear it too. So until next time, I want you to remember, revenue feeds your ego, profit feeds your family. Thanks for listening to Profit Isn't an Accident. Have a great weekend. If this hit, there is a reason. Most businesses aren't broken. They just don't have clear visibility into where the money's actually going. So if you want help finding it, grab my free Profit Edge playbook or book a quick session with me. You'll find everything in the show notes. And if you haven't already, follow the show so you don't miss what's next.